Hello, welcome to the Price Academy, bite-sized history videos. This video is introducing the princes in the tower. The disappearance of two princes, Edward and Richard, in 1483 is one of the most intriguing murders of the Tower of London. The mysterious episode unfolded over a single summer, yet it is still debated by historians exactly what happened centuries later. The princes were sons of Edward IV and Elizabeth Woodville, who married in the summer of 1464. During their 19-year marriage, they had 10 children, including 7 daughters and 3 sons. Edward was born in November 1470 and became heir to the throne. He was invested as Prince of Wales in 1471 and sent to Ludlow Castle to be educated by his uncle Anthony, Lord Rivers. Edward's younger brother, Richard, was born in 1473 in Shrewsbury and was made the Duke of York a year later. On the 9th of April 1483, Edward IV died unexpectedly, aged 41. Here is a locket containing a lock of Edward's hair. On Edward's death in 1483, his brother, Richard, Duke of Gloucester, became Lord Protector of Edward's son and heir, the 12-year-old Edward V. Prince Edward was at Ludlow Castle when the news of his father's death reached him. He was aged 12 and now the new king, and his brother Richard was just 9. Immediately, Edward V made his way to London, escorted by his uncle, Earl Rivers. On the 29th of April, Richard intercepted the royal entourage and arrested Earl Rivers and Lord Richard Grey and sent them north. They were subsequently executed. Richard immediately placed Edward in the Tower of London. Elizabeth Woodville was vulnerable and unpopular at court. She gathered up her children and headed for sanctuary at Westminster Abbey in April 1483. 9-year-old Richard was safe at first in sanctuary with his mother, but his uncle Richard ordered the young prince to join Edward in the Tower. Initially, putting Edward V and his brother Richard, Duke of York, in the Tower did not raise suspicions, as the Tower was the starting point for the coronation procession, and it was traditional for a new monarch to stay there until the ceremony. Edward's coronation was planned for the 22nd of June 1483, and preparations like minting coins were underway. However, events took a different turn. By mid-June, Parliament declared the princes illegitimate as they claimed Edward IV and Elizabeth Woodville's marriage was invalid. With the princes' claim discredited, Richard, Duke of Gloucester, became next in line, and on the 6th of July, the prince's uncle was crowned King Richard III. The king was fearful of being usurped. The last reference of the young princes is in the Great Chronicle, which records on the 16th of June the children of King Edward were seen shooting arrows and playing in the garden of the Tower. According to the Italian chronicler Dominic Mancini, soon afterwards they were withdrawn to the inner apartments of the Tower proper, and day by day began to be seen more rarely behind the bars and windows, till at length they ceased to appear altogether. It is widely believed that sometime during the autumn of 1483 the two princes were quietly murdered, but by who? Henry VIII's Chancellor, Sir Thomas More, wrote an unfinished biography called The History of Richard III around 30 years later after the prince's disappearance. In the account, Richard is depicted as a villain and blamed for ordering the boys' murders to be carried out by 2 servants called Miles Forrest and John Dayton. The servants entered the boys' bedrooms at midnight and smothered the princes with a feather bed pillow. Nearly 200 years later, in 1674, King Charles II ordered the demolition of the royal palace to the south of the White Tower. Beneath the foundations of the staircase, the workmen were astonished to find a wooden chest containing 2 skeletons. It was concluded in 1933 that they belonged to 2 boys, possibly aged 10 and 12 years. This cranial vault is thought to be the remains of Edward V. This is believed to be the lower jaw of Richard, Duke of York. but doubts have been cast since 2012 as to the accuracy of the forensic examination carried out in 1933. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to like and subscribe or follow me at Twitter at TanyaAlex38.